Remember last video when we talked about how much the government loves acronyms? Well, here's another one. Indefinite Delivery Indefinite Quantity, IDIQ. This is another one of those contract vehicles that help the government get to the end goal of an acquisition. So what exactly is it? Sometimes, the government is aware they will need these supplies and services, but they don't know when. IDIQs help the government acquire supplies and services when the exact time and/or quantities of future deliveries are not known at the time of the contract award. That's why it's called Indefinite Delivery Indefinite Quantity, because it gives the flexibility to place orders as needed. The IDIQ contract provides for an indefinite quantity of supplies or services during a fixed period. Deliveries or performance are scheduled through the issuance of task or delivery orders. Now, you might be thinking, hey, this sounds very familiar, like that one video you had about a BPA. What's the difference? Well, remember, a BPA is not a contract, it's an agreement. Well, an IDIQ is a contract. The government is locked in, the contractor is locked in. Locked into what? Locked into the minimum. When the Big Daddy government establishes a BPA, a minimum and maximum amount may be established. It's them guaranteeing your business for at least a certain amount. The minimum, not to exceed another amount, the maximum. An IDIQ is a vehicle used by agencies to place orders easier. Think of an IDIQ like a big contract. And whenever the government uses it, it creates a smaller contract for the specific work, called a task order if it's a service, or delivery order if it's a commodity. A good example of this would be vehicle maintenance. You know, sometimes you would need maintenance on your vehicle. You know you will need an oil change. You know you will need new tires. You know you may need a new battery, but you don't exactly know when. So your office would set up an IDIQ with a mechanic. And in those terms, you're able to place a task order whenever something breaks. You place the maintainer on retainer while guaranteeing him the minimum amount of work. There's basically no limit to what an IDIQ could be. Paving, painting, maintenance, video teleconference equipment, roofing, as long as it's established beforehand and you're clear. There's really two types of IDIQ, but they really shouldn't concern you too much. External IDIQ contracts are established by one government agency but can be used by multiple agencies externally. A common one is GSA. GSA has a massive IDIQ that other agencies can use, for a small fee of course. Let's take a look at an example. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, needs IT infrastructure upgrades. Instead of issuing separate contracts, DHS uses a GSA schedule contract to quickly procure necessary services from pre-approved vendors. This allows DHS to leverage the collective purchasing power and efficient procurement process provided by the GSA schedule. Internal IDIQ contracts, on the other hand, are specific to a single agency or a smaller group of agencies. These contracts are tailored to meet specific needs of the issuing agency. You remember that maintenance IDIQ we were talking about earlier? We would make that an internal IDIQ, only for our office and our cars. We don't play nice, we don't share our mechanics. Let's take a look at another example. The US Army Corps of Engineers anticipates various construction projects over the next 5 years but cannot predict exact locations and scopes. USACE establishes an internal IDIQ contract with several construction firms. As projects arise, USACE issues task orders detailing specific project requirements, ensuring rapid development and tailored project management. Some of the key features that you should remember about IDIQs are minimum and maximum quantities. IDIQ contracts specify minimum and maximum quantities of goods and services. The government commits to ordering at least the minimum quantity, while the maximum sets an upper limit. Ordering procedures. Orders are placed as need arise, up to the maximum quantity specified in the contract. Performance period. The contract defines a time of period during which orders can be placed. IDIQ contracts are an efficient procurement tool for the government, accommodating uncertain delivery schedules and quantities. If you see the opportunity for an IDIQ with a maximum ceiling of $1 million, this doesn't mean that you'll get awarded $1 million. Well, that's about it. See ya.